Every year, roughly 4 million tourists walk through the doors of the National Museum of Natural History in Washington, D.C. They crowd around Henry, the massive African bush elephant standing in the rotunda, taking photos of what they assume is the definitive collection. But the displays in these public halls represent less than 1% of the artifacts under the Smithsonian's care. Out of nearly 148 million items, the vast majority remain entirely hidden from view. The real collection is locked down 10 miles away in Suitland, Maryland, inside a highly restricted, high-security compound known as the Museum Support Center. This facility is built around 5 climate-controlled storage pods, each one 3 stories tall and covering the square footage of a football field, with a 6th pod currently under construction. Security patrols the perimeter 24 hours a day, monitoring sensors for power outages, floods, and temperature shifts that could compromise the DNA samples and delicate organic tissues stored inside. Behind these walls sit nearly 150 million specimens, a physical archive including deep-sea life forms, ancient and rare meteorites, and human cultural artifacts gathered from every corner of the planet. While the museum on the National Mall serves the public, the Museum Support Center functions as the primary research engine, where the world's leading scientists study the actual history of our planet. Inside the storage corridors, the wet collection consists of endless rows of cream-colored cabinets and steel shelving designed to hold specimens preserved in fluid. There are roughly 25 million jars stored here. Lined up end to end, they'd stretch 45 miles, 4 times the length of the Grand Canyon's trails. To prevent decay, the facility maintains 2 million liters of flammable ethanol, creating a massive logistical challenge. These jars contain creatures like the Antarctic scaleworm, a deep-sea predator with a retractable, toothed jaw designed for hunting on the freezing ocean floor. Specimens like these represent biological realities that are otherwise inaccessible to humans, living in environments where we could never observe them in the wild. By housing tens of millions of these samples, the center provides a physical backup of Earth's most remote ecosystems. The facility also houses the whalebone repository, a building scaled specifically to hold skeletons as large as commercial aircraft. Among the repository's collection are the lower jawbones of an adult blue whale. At 23 feet long and weighing 2 metric tons, they are the largest bones of any animal species known to science. The archive also holds the vertebrae of a North Atlantic right whale. Protrusions of bone on the spine show where the animal's tissue attempted to heal following a collision with a ship. Before these massive bones can be added to the archive, the museum must solve a difficult preservation problem: how to remove every trace of rotting flesh from a complex skeleton without damaging the bone. The solution is a biological workforce. The Smithsonian utilizes millions of living hide beetles to clean the specimens. The beetle larvae are highly efficient, capable of stripping the flesh from a hummingbird skeleton in less than 24 hours, while leaving the delicate bones perfectly intact. This method allows the staff to process hundreds of skeletons per year, including whale skulls that would take months to clean using traditional methods. By utilizing the natural efficiency of these insects, the museum can perfectly preserve the physical record of the planet's megafauna. Guarding millions of dead birds, insects, and bones requires significant financial investment, but the value of these specimens often only becomes clear decades after they are collected. In the mid-20th century, the bald eagle population in the United States began to collapse, nearly reaching total extinction before the cause was understood. Researchers solved the mystery by turning to the museum's archives. They pulled bald eagle eggs that had been collected decades earlier and compared them to modern samples. This comparison provided the physical evidence that the insecticide DDT was accumulating in the birds' bodies, causing their eggshells to thin and crack before their young could hatch. That data led directly to the 1972 ban on DDT, a decision that saved the bald eagle and other bird species from eradication. Today, as AI can generate fiction and digital data can be easily manipulated, the importance of this facility has shifted toward the verification of truth. Because the Museum Support Center holds the actual physical remains of animals and plants, it provides an unchangeable reference point that digital simulations cannot replicate. The Museum Support Center serves as an unhackable backup of Earth's biological history, a record of reality that remains accessible even as the living world changes.